does life really look like after graduating the Las Cruces Police Academy? Well, today I am here joined by two of LCPD's newest officers to talk about their journey from the academy to the streets of Las Cruces. Bridging the Badge starts right now. Welcome back to this month's segment of Bridging the Badge. I'm Salina Madrid, joined by Officer Kianna Molina and Officer Owen Gould. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thanks, ma'am. Happy
Thank
to be
you for
here.
having us.
Yeah, we are so excited to have you guys here because we are in the middle of recruitment season. Applications for the 57th Las Cruces Police Academy. They opened up on July 6th and they close on September 16th. With that said, we wanted to keep the recruitment momentum going and talk with you guys as you guys are two of our newest officers who are on patrol currently. How has the experience been?
Yes, ma'am. We graduated in September of last year. I can tell you the academy itself was very mentally and physically taxing, but I would say so far being on the streets has been very rewarding as well.
Yeah, what made both of you guys want to join LCPD?
I was born and raised here. I believe my partner here was also born and raised here, so it's just a good job, rewarding career, good benefits, retirement.
Yeah, what about you, Kianna?
It's just something that I've always wanted to do since I was a little girl. Just kind of seeing cops come around, it's just something that I knew that I wanted to do. It just took me a little bit to get there. I was just kind of nervous, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Why Las Cruces Police specifically? Was there anything that you could pinpoint as to why you chose LCPD?
For me personally, I believe LCPD has been kind of like the epitome of professionalism. I think they're one of the premier law enforcement agencies in the region. So for me, it was an easy choice. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree definitely with what Owen said, but more so because I live here. So this is home to me, Cruces is home to me, and I just wanted to give back to my community here. It just felt more special than going somewhere else.
Yeah, I think it's really, really personal. It hits close to home when you're serving your community because it's our people, me being born and raised too, giving back to our community in ways that just matter so much to people. I want to talk a little bit about the academy first. What would your advice be to anyone who's putting in their application over this 2-month span, who's nervous about joining the police academy?
Start working out, eat healthy. I mean, those are probably the biggest ones.
Mm-hmm.
Get your personal life in check before going in.
Yeah, most definitely. I would say to keep at it. If this is something that you really, really want to do, you have to keep at it. You have to be mentally strong, on top of, obviously, the physical aspect of it, but it's a mental game for sure. And if you're not mentally ready for something like this,
you're not going to succeed.
Yeah, you should probably just wait it out a little bit. But
I think one of the big things that makes LCPD so unique is our pre-academy. In a lot of police departments, you see the physical fitness test come at the very beginning. Ours comes at the very end. Our pre-academy is used to help prepare our recruits for that moment that will get them into the academy. So what is the pre-academy? Talk to me about that and explain that to our viewers.
The pre-academy was what?
about 6 weeks.
6 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
And basically you hit the nail on the head. It's basically to prepare you to pass the NMDPS PT test so you can actually begin the accredited academy. So we focus mainly on a lot of PT. It was twice a day for the most part. But at the same time, it was fun. It wasn't as high stress as the actual academy.
Yeah, it was definitely to get us prepared for the PT test and the physical aspect of the academy. I didn't know that was a thing when I first applied. I didn't know we did a pre-academy. I thought it was just kind of the PT test and then straight to the academy. So it's something that I'm very thankful for as well. I think it helped us a lot, and not only did it help us physically, but I feel like it helped us together, to grow together with each other.
Created unity very early on.
I think the instructors, too, being able to be there, at least for this previous academy, and watch just how passionate they are. They truly care about all of you guys, every person going through the academy, and they want to make sure you guys are prepared to be on patrol, to go out into the streets. Talk to me about that experience. Was there a memorable moment that you could touch on, maybe why or who was your favorite academy instructor, any lessons taught, anything like that.
Overall, I would say what you said about them caring about you in the moment. There's a lot of moments where you feel like, nah, they don't care about me at all. Like, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I want to throw up. But at the end of the day, you can tell that they do care. You're almost like their children. I would say that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I don't really have one person in particular who is a favorite, if you will. I think all of them have played a big part in the reason that I even was able to make it through. All the instructors, they do their best to kind of get us through the academy and to help us out. Like he was saying, you know, it's in the moment it kind of seems like, wow, you really don't care. I am exhausted. Like, you guys are just here just to be here. But that's not what it is. That's not the case. Everybody cares about you, and they want to see you succeed. And it's for a better reason, for a greater reason. And it's obviously for when you hit the streets.
Mm-hmm. Chief Story, remember that he was there day one of the 56th Academy talking to the cadets, and the one thing that I remember he said was, everything you do here is going to have a purpose. If it makes you uncomfortable, it has a purpose. Mm-hmm. And that's something that he really honed in on to them. I just think it's really admirable, just the instructors too who show up, because it's not just the academy staff, it's everyone within the department, so many people, chief, deputy chiefs, lieutenants who are teaching, instructing for the academy. So it's really an all hands on deck. Everyone wants you guys to succeed. Everyone wants to see you win.
Yeah, most definitely. I agree with that. Everybody is there to help you, and they want to see you succeed. I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to be on the street with them, you know, so why would we not want each other to succeed?
And to piggyback off that, I would say there's a lot of long hours in the academy, but at the same time, you have to realize the instructors are also working those long hours. They also have families and kids and other priorities at home. So you're not the only one making a sacrifice in the academy.
Yeah. Let's talk about the process of applying. So it can feel long for a lot of people, just all of the steps that have to be taken in order to be given that offer to be in LCPD's academy. What would your advice be to those who are having to wait a longer time and just having to be patient with the process?
I'd say it's worth it. Obviously, it's going to be long. You're expected to have other people's lives in your hands. So the background process and the polygraph, psychological, that stuff takes time. You know, there's a lot of moving parts just to get you in the door of the academy, let alone on the street and actually doing the job.
Right, but on top of that, there's multiple applicants. Like, you're not the only one. So, you know, there's hundreds of people that they're having to go through your test, to make sure that you're eligible, background checks. There's numerous things that they have to do. So it is going to be a long process, but it's rewarding in the end.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about patrol. You guys are currently on patrol. What's that like? What has the experience been like?
It's been good, hectic at times. Every day is different, so you never know what you're going into at the beginning of shift, but I would say for the most part it's very fun.
It is very fun. It's something that I love doing. Every time I get asked, like, how are you liking it? What do you think about it? I always say that's so much fun. It's the funnest thing that I've ever done, but it's so stressful at the same time. Kind of like he was saying, you know, every day is different, and you think, oh, I took this call yesterday, it's going to be the same call today. But that's not the case at all. It's very different, and it's just so rewarding. At the same time, it's humbling. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What are some of the most common calls that you guys are responding to on the ground?
A lot of domestics. There's a lot of domestics, unfortunately. A lot of break-ins, a lot of drive-by shootings.
Vandalisms,
yeah,
911
shopliftings.
hang-ups, that's a very routine, everyday call. You're expected to go something like that, but you never know what you're going to get. I've had several where you go in, it's another 911 hang-up, and it's actually something taking place. So.
Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about the FTO process too, because before patrol, you had to go through additional training to make sure you're ready to be out on the streets on your own. Explain to potential applicants watching what that is and what it consists of.
It's a long process, several months. I would say it was harder than the academy. The academy, you knew what to expect. You knew what you're going into every day. I knew I was going to wake up. I was going to go to PT. I was going to go to class, maybe get in trouble, do some extra workouts as a result. But FTO, you never knew what you were going to get. It was a revolving door. Like it was always different. Every day was different.
Mm-hmm. It's really hard. It is a really hard FTO. I think it's one of the things that I was most terrified for coming into this process. and it's something that I would ask questions about every single day. How's FTO? How's FTO? But you learn a lot on FTO. I learned way more on FTO, I think, than I did in the actual academy, which I learned a lot through the academy as well. But on FTO, it's very different. It's hands-on. You're actually on the street. You're not only learning from one person. You're learning from multiple officers on the street, senior officers, officers that just graduated the academy right before you. So I think that it's something that you have to stick through because it's really hard. A lot of people tend to give up. We lost a few of our academy mates throughout the FTO process, but it's rewarding. It's really rewarding.
And just to clarify too, FTO stands for Field Training Officer, correct? And can you also explain how that works? So you guys are one-on-one with an officer out on patrol, and there's different phases of it, correct?
Correct.
So let's talk about that.
It's just like any other job. You have to learn to crawl before you can walk, and then you start to run. So the beginning phase is really a little bit more hands-off. Your field training officer is going to be kind of showing you the ropes and how it is, because now you have real-world consequences. It's not like the academy. And then from there, you build up and take on more and more responsibility till the end. You're completely responsible.
Yeah, I believe there was like 6 modules that we went through.
Yes, yeah.
So you're with 3 different FTOs, and you spend it's like a month, I believe, with them, and then you go to the next one and then the next one. And each officer that you go to, the next step that you go up to, it's harder than the next, and they kind of pull back a little bit more. So you should know a little bit more each time that you go through. But you have like qualifications and minimums that you have to meet at the end of like certain shifts and stuff like that.
Every day is graded,
Mm-hmm.
so everything you do is being watched and accounted for.
How much support have you guys received from senior officers?
I would say a lot of support, which was very shocking to me, but it's another reason why I love this department. Everybody cares about you and they want to see you succeed, and they help you. If you have a question, you ask them. They don't know, they'll find you the answer. They'll guide you the right way.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're going to be the one that's going to show up to back them up if they need help. So they take your training to heart.
Mm-hmm. As far as patrol goes, if you guys could think about it, what would be your proudest moment so far? Whether that be a call, an arrest, something you helped respond to?
I don't have one right off the top of my head, but
That's a hard question.
yeah, most definitely, because there's a lot. I mean, we've only been on the streets for months, right? But there's a lot of stuff that we've already encountered. I would say a lot of my proudest moments is calls with children. Those ones hit a little bit deeper than the other calls. So if I'm able to help a child that's in a bad home or get them food, water, whatever the case may be, I feel like that's something that I'm very proud of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I would say for me, again, it's hard to say, oh, there's one proud moment that I can think back to, but there's a lot of small interactions with people that kind of makes you appreciate the job a little bit more. Whether I'm like getting gas and a kid will run up and give me a hug or something like that, it shows me that I did achieve something. I'm somebody that somebody else can look up to. So.
And Kianna, you also are an older sister to siblings as well. So circling back to you, talking about you being proud when it comes to handling children,
Mm-hmm.
I guess let's talk about that, and I guess lived experience, if you're comfortable, and how that shaped you to who you are today.
Yeah, so I come from a big family, a really big family. So I'm one of 6. I'm the second oldest, but I come from, like a Hispanic household. So the firstborn daughter usually has a lot on her back. And so with all my younger siblings, I had to help take care of them. I had to help raise them. So there was something in me that wanted to make them proud specifically. And I did this for myself, but I did this for them as well. I wanted them to see that no matter where we come from or what we come from, you can always come out on top. You just have to keep pushing and follow your dreams and never give up. So I feel like I've accomplished that with them. They seem very proud of me, which makes me really happy. But when I see kids out on the street, it reminds me a lot of them. So I just want to give back to them. I want to help them, in a sense, kind of protect them, and put them under my umbrella.
Yeah, I feel like that's really admirable. Owen, you too, you're from the area.
Yes, ma'am.
And so this community, it means so much to you.
Mm-hmm. It definitely. I mean, I was born and raised. I come from a background of law enforcement. My great-grandpa actually worked for LCPD back in, I think, the 50s or 60s after coming back from Korea. So a lot of history here, a lot of family here. So it is personal.
What would your advice be to really anyone who's on the fence about applying?
So I feel like that's a complicated question, right? It kind of depends on who it is and why they want to do that, and their reasoning here on, you know, why you want to become a police officer, because it's not for everybody, and it's not something that you just wake up and like, yeah, you know what, I think I'm going to try to be a cop today. That's just not how it goes. You're putting your life on the line every single day, so you have to really want this. And so if that's something that you really want, I would say go for it and do it like with your best and to the best of your ability and put your all into it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up.
I completely agree. I think if you're willing to make the sacrifice, you're willing to put in the time and realize that you may, you know, have a burden, I guess a heavy weight on your shoulders, do it. If you think, you know, maybe I'll try it out, it's not a career that you can try out.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely, you need to be 100%, 110%.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you'll figure that out in the academy, though. The first few weeks, maybe even few days, you'll know, like, oh yeah, this is for me, this is not for me, because it's really hard. It's not easy at all, and it shouldn't be easy. So maybe if you want to do this, then try it out.
On our last episode with Bridging the Badge, we had our academy instructors here talking about the academy itself, what people can expect, and I think that's one thing that they really wanted to make sure they made sure to viewers was that you need to expect long days. Like, our academy is paid, you won't be there unpaid, but the days are long. And they just really felt it was important for people to know and recognize that, because it takes a lot of time and effort and love.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about that and what people can expect those long days.
You get there very early. I can't even remember, like 5:30.
I would say like
for
5:30,
PT.
yeah.
And I think that might have changed recently, but I think it's even a little bit earlier now. I'm not 100% certain. Don't quote me. And then you are working till 8, 9 sometimes at night. You're paid. You get a lot of overtime, so you get good money. And then even then we have night days, so you go in a little bit later, work through the night. So there's a lot of, the time commitment is big, very big.
It's really long days, really, really long days. A lot of time away from your family. So if anybody has kids, young kids at that, you have to really prepare yourself and prepare your family for something like this, because you're gone almost all the time away from your family. But if you have a good support system back at home, then this is something that you can do. But definitely prepare yourself for long days, mentally long days, physically long days, because there's times too where, you know, you're gone all day long, but there's consequences and punishments that you have to pay. So you think it's just a day of work, but it's not. It's a day of work on top of tests, on top of, you know, smoke sessions and PT, and it's a lot.
Defensive tactics,
yeah.
driving, very mentally taxing.
Mm-hmm. Would you guys say that you still lean a lot on your academy mates?
I definitely would. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you form a bond that I would say is like unlike anybody else. I mean, she sat right behind me in the academy, so any downtime I'd turn around and talk to her, or, you know, my seatmates. So especially the people around you, you have to lean on them. You
Yeah.
can't get through it alone.
Most definitely. I mean, there's times where, you know, you guys are obviously not going to get along, but at the end of the day, you guys went through one of the hardest times of your life together. So you build some kind of trauma bond with each other, one another, you know. There's been times on the street where some of my academy mates have gotten into something, and it's terrifying. It scares me. So I feel like moments like that bring us closer together, and then at the end of the day, you guys kind of just check on each other. But I find myself kind of like calling them, texting them throughout shift, like, hey, I have a question about this, or, you know, I feel like we do. lean on
Easy
each other.
resource.
Yeah,
Like,
most
hey, have you done
definitely.
this yet? Okay, well, what did you do? Because this is what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So easy resource if you don't want to, you know, bother somebody else with a little bit more experience and just kind of see their perspective from fresh eyes.
Kianna, I want to talk about women in policing. What has it been like for you to be a woman in this field?
I know I keep saying it a lot, but it's so rewarding, but it's also very stressful. I didn't expect to get a lot of support, I guess you can say. The department supports me a lot. They support other women, like all the other women in the department. They support all of us. But out on the street, it's kind of different. You have a lot of support, and then you have obviously the people that think you don't belong here because you're a woman, because you're small, because you're not strong, or whatever they think, you know. But I just don't agree with any of those things. I don't think that that's any that's not accurate, I guess, for them to make statements like that, because we go through a lot of training, and in the academy, you're tested. Your strength is tested, your mental ability is tested, like everything's tested. So it's not like they're just gonna pick whoever and like, oh, you're weak, let me put you on the street. That's not how it is. And even then they prepare you for something like this. Being a woman on the street, I feel like we bring something different to the department, I guess, than what a man can. When, like, for instance, like a domestic call that I go to, sometimes the female will only want to talk to another female because, she kind of understands you a little bit more. She a little bit more vulnerable and wants to open up to you and talk to you about her experiences. It's happened a few times, and in that moment, it makes me happy. It makes me feel, like proud to be a woman in police. In law enforcement, sorry. I just think the women shouldn't belong in law enforcement. Women are too small. Women are weak. I just think we have to get over that and kind of see it from a different perspective.
And as far as upward mobility goes within the department, there is room for growth all around. There's plenty of different specialty sections that our officers can choose from to continue to grow in their career with LCPD. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes, ma'am. There's a lot, more than I could count. I believe SWAT, which is in addition to your patrol duties or whatever other duties you want. Traffic, you could become a detective in CID, maybe outreach. I know I'm missing a bunch.
Metro, street crimes, K9 unit, the drone unit. Yeah, those are a few that you can.
You can teach in the academy. You can go to the academy, be an actual full-time instructor. There's plenty of things you can do to, I guess, further your law enforcement knowledge and ability to do the job.
Mm-hmm. And that is 3 years after you're on patrol, correct?
Yes. So you have 1 year probation, and then you have to be out of probation for 2 years. So if in the event your probation gets extended, you still have 2 years from the end of your probation.
Okay. If you guys are interested in learning more about what those specialty units entail, and this could be for anyone, wherever you are in the hiring process, whether you've submitted your application, are on the fence about applying, or just really wanting to learn more about what LCPD has to offer, we are having an event. It's called Discover LCPD Recruitment Event. It's going to be at Amador Live on July 24th from 4 to 8 p.m. And we're going to have all of our specialty units there. We're going to have some of our patrol officers there who are really just going to be able to meet with people, connect with them, and talk to them about what makes LCPD so great and how you can succeed in a role within the Las Cruces Police Department. So we're really excited about that. And you're part of our recruiting team too.
Yes, ma'am. I am. That's why I'm here.
Well, we want to thank you guys so much for being here with us today. Is there anything else either of you guys want to add?
Not at this time.
Yeah.
I'd say apply. Do it.
Yeah, apply and give it your all.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much, like I said, for being here with us today. If you want to watch last episode from Bridging the Badge, where we had 2 of our instructors, you can go to the City of Las Cruces' YouTube page, or you can also find it on LCPD's Facebook page too. Thank you so much.